In this video, you'll learn how to optimize your workspace by inviting and managing team members and guests into ClickUp. As always, we recommend you follow along in your own workspace so you can get up to speed quickly with inviting your team and customizing your workspace effectively. Okay, let's get started with optimizing your workspace for success, starting with your people.
User management is incredibly easy in ClickUp.
As you get started, the best place to start in your workspace is People Settings. Now that we're in People Settings, we can invite new team members by going to the top right. Here you can type in an email address and select a role. If you need to select several people at once, you can copy and paste their email addresses here. Just make sure that they're separated by commas. This is helpful when you have a list of your team members in a spreadsheet or a document, allowing you to add everyone at once. All you need to do is add them here and select Invite. Once people get added, you'll see their details here. As your team members accept the invitation and start using the platform, they'll be able to set up their profiles and add a custom avatar and more. If you go all the way to the right, you'll see an ellipsis menu. This is where you can manage both pending team members or current team members. From here, you can update or remove them, or even convert them to a guest if they were added as a member by mistake. Also, if you notice your pending member hasn't accepted the invitation, you can choose to resend it or cancel it. Let's talk about roles for a moment. From here, you can update the member's role. As you can see, there are a few options to choose from, each with its own set of permissions. Members are your end users and team members who work together on projects. The majority of your workspace will be members. Admins are the people responsible for managing the workspace, including billing, permissions, integrations, and other customizations. Guests are the people outside of your organization. Guests can only be invited by other members into specific locations, such as folders, lists, or tasks, and they cannot be invited into spaces. Guests also cannot be invited from this section. However, they can be managed here. You may also notice an owner here, or possibly another custom role. The owner is the person who originally created your workspace. Custom roles are the unique roles with separate permissions created within the security and permissions settings, typically for all the in-between or super admin roles. And it's only available if you have the Business Plus or Enterprise plans. We'll get into this in the next course. Okay, now that we've discussed roles, let's talk about some best practices. When it comes to roles, it's important to think through the roles that you want your team members to take on. Before inviting anyone to ClickUp, prepare a list of your team members and define their roles. Consider their positions, responsibilities, and the capabilities that you want them to have during your project management processes. If you have several designers working on mock-ups for your projects, they don't need to manage any processes, so simply add them as members. Also, as a best practice, only invite a small or limited number of admins to your workspace. Doing this will limit the amount of people who can manage and customize important settings across your workspace, and it reduces the risk of any unauthorized actions. But what about project managers or team leads? It all depends on what you want them to do. As a best practice, consider adding project managers or team leads as members and delegate them to manage important settings such as statuses or custom fields for your projects. Or if you're on the Business Plus or Enterprise plans, consider creating a custom role for them. Let's say your project managers handle all the work done by your designers. You can create these project managers as members and then empower them to be responsible for managing the statuses and the progress of each task as their teams deliver on their responsibilities. Now that we've covered how to invite and manage people and guests, let's move on to teams. You can create teams within the Teams settings. So why use teams? Well, if you want to group a team together, such as support, creative, or people operations, it makes it easy to get the word out to a lot of people at once if you add them as a team. You can add multiple members to a team, and they can be assigned to tasks or even notified with direct mentions or assigned comments. In this video, we covered how to invite and manage team members and guests in ClickUp, and we created teams to help you work together with ease. Now it's your turn. Go ahead and try it out for yourself and invite your team members to your workspace. We'll see you in the next video.